If there's one villain in the entire Kung Fu Panda series who really hits Po on a deeply personal level, it's definitely Lord Shen in the second movie.
You were there. Yes, I was.
He's not just any bad guy. You quickly realize there's a lot more to him than just being an obstacle to overcome. So in this video, let's take a closer look at why he is such a complex and meaningful villain in Kung Fu Panda 2. First of all, let's get to know his backstory. He was born into a royal family of peacocks who ruled over Gongmen City. Growing up, he had everything: wealth, power, and a life of luxury was his destiny. But from a young age, Shen wasn't like the others in his family. While his family saw their fireworks as something beautiful, something to bring joy and celebration to the city, he saw them very differently. He was obsessed with power and control, and he saw the fireworks as tools of domination, weapons he could use to take over and rule with fear. This obsession with power shaped his whole life. But things took a dark turn when he overheard a prophecy from a soothsayer. The prophecy said that one day, a warrior of black and white would rise up and defeat him if he kept on his ruthless path. Instead of taking that as a warning or a chance to change, Shen reacted with fear and anger. Rather than showing any reflection or remorse, he became consumed by paranoia. He was terrified of being defeated by this mysterious warrior, and that fear pushed him to do something truly horrible. To stop the prophecy from coming true, Lord Shen decided to wipe out the pandas. He launched an attack on a panda village, causing massive destruction. While he didn't manage to kill every single panda, he did kill many, including Po's mother, who died trying to protect him. The rest of Po's family was able to escape, including his father, who we later meet in Kung Fu Panda 3.
He was banished from the city forever, but Shen swore revenge. Someday, he would return, and all of China would bow at his feet.
Because of this, the conflict between Po and Lord Shen isn't just about good versus evil, it's personal. Po isn't just fighting to save the day, he's fighting to understand where he comes from, and what happened to his family. Lord Shen is the only one who can answer those questions, because he was there. It was his actions that shaped his past in such a tragic way.
Now, answers.
Oh, you want to know so badly. You think knowing will heal you? Huh? Fill some crater in your soul. But here's your answer. Your parents didn't love you.
Po loves his adoptive father, Mr. Ping, who raised him and is like family, but at the same time, he feels a deep need to uncover his real origins and understand the truth about his past. That's why Lord Shen's story hits him so hard. Their battle isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional, tied to his identity and his journey to find himself. The prophecy that Lord Shen received wasn't some kind of death sentence, it was actually a warning, a chance for him to rethink his choices and change his path. But instead of taking that chance to be humble or reflecting on how his actions could lead to his downfall, he did the opposite. He made a conscious decision to try to control his own fate by force. This desperate attempt to avoid what he feared, being defeated by the warrior of black and white, led him down a dark and destructive road. He chose to murder innocent pandas in an attempt to stop the prophecy from coming true. Ironically, this very action set the wheels in motion for his own destruction. That moment, when he decided to try to escape fate through violence and cruelty, was the beginning of his downfall. What makes his story so powerful is the contrast with Po's response. When Po faces his darkest memories, the pain of losing his family and the trauma of his past, he doesn't let those memories consume or define him. Instead, he chooses a path of healing. He chooses inner peace.
Your story may not have such a happy beginning, but that doesn't make you who you are. It is the rest of your story, who you choose to be.
More importantly, he chooses forgiveness, not because Shen deserves it, but because Po needs it for himself. This act of forgiveness is a turning point.
I don't care what scars do.
You should, Shen. You gotta let go of that stuff from the past, because it just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you choose to be now.
Even after defeating Shen, he offers him mercy. A final chance for Shen to let go of his obsession with power, to change, and to find peace. But Shen, blinded by his need to control everything, refuses that chance. His refusal leads to his own destruction, and in a poetic twist, he's destroyed by the very weapon he created to dominate and destroy others, his deadly fireworks. If you look at all three main villains in the Kung Fu Panda franchise, Tai Lung, Kai, and Lord Shen, each one represents a different kind of challenge for Po. Tai Lung was a physical challenge, pushing Po to become a better fighter. Kai was a spiritual challenge, forcing Po to grow in his understanding of Qi and inner strength. And Lord Shen, by far the most personal villain, represents an emotional challenge. Shen forces Po to confront the painful truths he had buried deep inside, the secrets of his past, his trauma, and his loss. That's why defeating Shen isn't just about saving China from destruction, it's about Po finally coming to understand who he really is. It's about Po realizing that his worth isn't defined by his past or by the hardships he's endured, but by the choices he makes in the present and the person he decides to be.